Welcome back. While time has worn away some of its markers, it hasn't erased its history. The historic Marysville City Cemetery has an official adopter, the Friends for the Preservation of Yuba County History.
Now, the cemetery we're talking about is on B Street, just a few blocks north of downtown.
Your reporter covering Yuba County, Kayla Moeller, is getting answers from volunteers on why they want to make sure its stories live on.
Behind me sits the second oldest cemetery west of the Mississippi, second only to Sacramento's. And for 15 years, a history group has been quietly taking care of it. And now their work is official.
Well, it's been going since 1850. One of the oldest headstones is 1851.
About 8 volunteers with Friends for the Preservation of Yuba County History have been visiting the historic Marysville City Cemetery twice a week for upkeep.
We're watering and pulling a few weeds that are around the flower beds. Yeah, it grows as you're trying to weed whack and mow it. It seems like it gets bigger and bigger.
The cemetery sits on 14.5 acres, but the volunteers are dedicated to its preservation.
Well, because it's part of history, it's part of Marysville's history, it's part of Yuba County history, I mean, even California's history, you know, being a gold rush era cemetery.
Now, the city of Marysville made the group the official caretakers of the historic site.
There is so much history that is buried here, and once you start reading the headstones and investigating who they are and what they did in this town, in this state, you know, they become very interesting, and eventually they kind of become like family.
I fell in love with the place from that first visit. And as I was walking through with Vicki, I said, hey, you know, that's my mom's maiden name. I wonder if that's a relative.
With 10,000 people buried on the property, one volunteer discovered she has at least 4 relatives laid to rest in the very place she goes to trim the roses and give back to the community.
The oldest headstone is over here next to Charles Macy. Now, Charles Macy is the brother of Roland Macy, the Macys.
Besides the department store giant's brother, other notable names are potentially the infamous stagecoach bandit Black Bart and Charles Covalod, pioneer of the city and the man who named Marysville after his wife, Mary.
So many more. It's just fascinating.
And if you're interested in learning more about this historic site, the volunteers wrote a book about it, and it's being printed right now.